All right, so for today's video, I just wanted to talk about basically frequency technology and possible technological solutions to basically, like, could we create weapons against the archons? Is the main question, right? Because so to start off, I started looking into like frequency technology and stuff like that because of like the whole, like, the giant bells that were in Tartaria, right? So to start off, it's like there were these giant bells that were everywhere, that everyone used them, and like they used them in the churches and everything else, and all of these bells were just destroyed after like one of the resets. Like history's been reset many times in this matrix, right? But during one of the resets, they reset the timeline. They and they also, like, they facilitated the destruction of many bells, right? And these bells, right, what they do is they emit frequencies that disturb the archon, that basically are just harmful to the archons, but also it can also ruin their shape shifting abilities as well. So that's the first thing that's kind of interesting about this stuff. But secondly, I was looking into like solfeggio frequencies and stuff like that. So it's stuff like 174 hertz, 528 hertz, and stuff like that. And they're supposed to achieve different effects if you listen to them. And I'll leave a link below to like a pure tone generator, right? Because I've started to use that just today. Like, I've started to just use that. Just like putting in like one of the solfeggio frequencies into like the tone generator and just listening to it. I've downloaded a tone generator onto my phone so I can just like listen to the tone. Right, I'm wondering how that's going to go. So I've been interested in that, and also orgone as well. But I'll get to orgone energy in a second. But yeah, like I'm really interested in like the whole, like, the use of frequency to as like weapons against the archons, and like I'm very interested in that because of the fact that maybe it would almost like it's almost like in the same way that in the movie They Live, right, that they have like the whole like broadcast tower, a tower that prevents people from seeing seeing like the aliens, right? Or we have in our world, we have like the moon matrix. Right, we have the moon matrix, we have like the whole broadcast frequency that's interfering with our perception, right? And so this could be almost like an antivirus for us as human beings. This could be like an anti like all, it's almost like the frequency technology that they're using, right? Because it's almost like they're using technology to block our ability to see them for who and what they really are. And so if we use frequency technology, then maybe we can uncover them as well, right? And I think that would be interesting. Is like if these frequencies were just used everywhere, because you never see it. You never see any of like the bells or anything like that. Like any of the solfeggio frequencies, you never see them broadcast on like a mass scale, like the entire town can hear it, right? And so if that's something that, if it's possible to essentially reveal a reptilian in plain sight with this frequency technology, then that would be insane. And so one of the practical ways that this could happen with the use of an exciter. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like, so if you don't know how speakers work, basically speakers work by delivering a signal to a coil, and it moves a magnet back and forth, and that magnet is attached to a diaphragm, right? That vibrates back and forth, right? So that's how a speaker works. But an exciter is basically, it's basically a speaker, but it has like this adhesive substance, and you can stick it onto like plates of metal, and it'll vibrate like the entire plate of metal. Right, I'm thinking of fucking like superhero gadgets at this point. So it's like if you could create like just like a giant like I don't know, like a fucking helmet that has like solfeggio frequencies, tuned into it. It's like a giant tuning fork. You just like it just radiates it radiates the vibrations because it's vibrating like the entire piece of metal that you attach it to. So you can like have like presets for that like gauntlets or whatever. and, another image that I'm getting into my head is also like if there's like these darts that you could shoot into like reptile skin, right? Like if there were like these like tuning forks that were like these like darts that like jabbed into like reptilian skin, and then like afterwards you could you could have like a giant speaker, and all the tuning forks would like vibrate in sympathy, and it would like it would like destroy their cells or something like that. So that's one thing, is using frequency technology against the archons, using frequency tech in order to actually like destroy the archons, and to create a space that like they're like literally not allowed to be in. They're energetically incapable of being in. They're incapable of hiding, right? So I think that the power of frequency technology is not really tapped into, right? And the use of like exciters, that's like another thing where it's like the ability to like stick onto you can stick it onto anything. You can stick it onto like like a plate of metal, like like a piece of wood. But like if you stick like these exciters like on a piece of wood, right, then you can basically just like vibrate like the entire substance, and it'll radiate that vibration everywhere instead of having it localized into like into like a speaker cone, right? And so that's a very interesting thing that I think you might be able to use if you have like the time to make like sort of like a gadget like that, right? But yeah, I think like frequency technology, it's a very cool concept to think about, right? To think about like, oh, okay, like is there a way to actually like, sort of like Batman versus Superman, like an archon with like just frequency technology. You just have like this giant speaker, and like they're like all like like they're all like writhing on the floor and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that it's like if there was like a helmet with like two ears and it's like a giant tuning fork or something like that. It's like oh, what is it, like Black Bolt in a Marvel, right? Like Black Bolt, he has like a tuning fork on his superhero outfit. But so there's that, but there's also like there's other ways of creating weapons that I've sort of like come up with. Whenever it comes to like snakes, I've thought about like using like snake stopper, right? Because if you don't know what snake stopper is, it's basically a strongly scented oil. It's made of like cinnamon oil and stuff like that, and the idea is that like the very very strong scent interferes with like the Jacobson's organ, which is like something that reptilians have on like the roof of their mouth, like right there, and it allows them to essentially like taste the air. So if you have like aerosol like grenades or something similar to that can just like fuck with their sense of smell, right? Then like it might just like it might be like pepper spray to them if you have like snake stopper grenades or something like that. So that's one thing. But the thing about like orgone energy would be like if you were like, if you were to create like a fucking super suit or something like that, like if you could like wear an orgone accumulator and it gives you like enhanced endurance or something, that would be interesting. But but the thing about orgone that I think is a very interesting is it makes me think of like wizard hats, right? Because like what if like the wizard hat that's like it's like this tall, because it makes me think of like this orgone accumulator that I made, like the alternating layers. Like what if like wizard hats are like just like this in like hat form, and like what if like wands and like staffs are just like this in like handheld like wand form, if you think about it that way, right? And it's very interesting to think about like all of this like orgone energy and frequency technology seem to be very integral as sort of like I see them as like ways of like fighting against the archons, ways of weaponizing um things against them, right, and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video about that because there's sort of info dump about it's like potential like superhero gadgets or something that you could use. It's like you just toss like a snake stopper grenade and they're just like oh shit, like they just start like their hologram starts glitching and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, like I'm definitely going to use solfeggio frequencies to do stuff. I'm definitely going to use, and yet again, I'll put a link in the description to like a pure tone generator, and stuff like that because I use like a pure tone generator online, and I'm gonna start using it on my phone to just like achieve. Would it be possible to achieve different effects using that? And I've also made I'll link another video below where it's like a link to how to make a like an orgone like pouch like this one where it has like the alternating layers. Like I'll link a video to that in the description as well. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else to say because I've been thinking about this stuff. I've been meditating on this stuff for a while now. But yeah, I think a lot of humanity definitely needs like Ghostbusters, like Ghostbusters tech. Like we need like proton packs and stuff like that and we need like the ghost trap to just like to capture the reptilians in like a box or something like that. But yeah, I think frequency technology, solfeggio frequencies, tuning forks, having those exciters that you stick onto a plate of metal, being able to tune that to different frequencies. Using frequency technology, I think that's like the best bet. But you also have like the snake stopper grenades, like aerosol grenades that release like strongly scented snake stopper. That's like it fucks with their Jacobson's organ is what it's called, like the sense of smell that they have, right? And then you also have like the orgone energy stuff that we could utilize for ourselves in order to sort of work in order to sort of like be to sort of begin to work with life force energy as sort of like training wheels to sort of start working with life force energy. But yeah, that's the video.